Hi guys, this is Kari with Crochet Me Knots. Welcome back to my channel. And on today's tutorial, we are going to be making this Christmas ear saver, and it is Santa's belt. As you can see, it's so simple to make, and I thought I'd come up with a couple of designs for Christmas. I've been getting asked after my Halloween ones. The day after Halloween, people were, come on, we need Christmas. So I do have a few designs I would like to share with you. So this is the first one, and this is Santa's belt. So it's not very hard at all, and it doesn't take up a lot of yarn. So if you have little scraps, little leftovers, you could definitely use that for your ear saver. So what we're going to need is we're going to need 4 colors. We're going to need the red, the white, the gold, and the black. And you're going to need 2 buttons of your choice. We're going to use a 5mm hook. This is medium weight worsted weight yarn, the size 4, the 4-ply. If you have a thinner yarn, then please use the hook that's recommended for your yarn, for the weight of your yarn, but this is medium weight, so you can use a 5mm. We're going to need a yarn needle and a hand needle with a large eye to sew in our buttons at the end, and a pair of scissors. And then, as always, please check the description box below for any comments or any corrections I may need to correct if something goes wrong in the video. If I say one thing and meant another, it happens. I mean to say single crochet and say, you know, slip stitch, I don't know, something might come up. But yeah, any corrections that need to be made, I always make notes there. But do check that. There's also links to my Instagram and eBay store, so go ahead and check that before you leave. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Alright guys, so let's get everything we need and let's get started. Alright guys, so I just wanted to mention the size. There's no multiple in this case because we are using only single crochets in this for this ear saver. So this is the adult size. If you're using the same weight, the same worsted weight yarn as me, then go ahead and chain 25 for an adult or 21 for a child size. If you are using a different weight yarn, then I would measure out the foundation chain, and typically for children the size is anywhere from like 5.5 to 6 inches, sometimes a little more, maybe 6.5, but for adults it is about 6.5 to 7.5, or you could do 7 to 7.5. Always take into account the elastic on your mask, because if you make these too short, you're going to be pulling on that elastic. If it doesn't stretch too much, then it would be really tight against your face. So just keep that in mind for when you crochet your ear savers. Alright guys, so I am making the adult size, so I crochet 25 chains. And like I said, it's going to be very easy. It's all single crochets. So we are going to single crochet into our second chain from the hook, and into every chain. So it's just all single crochets all the way down. So go ahead and continue. And I'll be back before finishing the first row. We do need to switch over to the black. So I'll be back at the end of the row to switch to our black. Alright guys, so I've come to the end. We're going to switch colors. So the way I like to switch, to get a cleaner line when you switch that way, because sometimes if you finish your stitch in the one color and then join once you start that next row, then you get a little bit of that color kind of in that black. So the way I like to do it is I like to start the stitch. So I'm starting my single crochet, but I'm not going to finish. And then you can go ahead and cut the yarn and get your black. And then just go ahead and hold on to that red tail that you just cut, and then grab your black to finish that single crochet and chain 1 and turn. So at the end of the project, we're going to go ahead and secure these, so don't worry about them. We're going to go ahead and make a little knot, and then you can go ahead and hide them with your yarn needle. Okay, so right on that first stitch, single crochet and single crochet all the way down. So every row here is going to be single crochet, so it's very simple. Now in this color, in the black, we are going to make the next 2 rows black. So go ahead and continue row number 2 all the way down, and then chain 1 and return for row number 3 in the black as well. So I'll go ahead and keep crocheting, and I'll be back at the end of row 3 so we can switch right back to the red. So continue for the next 2 rows in the black, and I'll meet you after that. Alright guys, so I'm almost at the end of row 3, and we are going to switch right back to the red. So let's go ahead and start our single crochet. And we'll finish. I'm going to cut the black. And I am going to get my red. I'm going to go ahead and grab that black tail you just cut, grab the red, finish your single crochet, chain 1 and turn. And again, we'll secure all these at the end, so don't panic. Like me, I hate seeing things unkempt, like undone. Like this bothers me, but I know it'll be taken care of, so relax. Alright, so then we're going to single crochet into the first stitch. And again, all the way down. So go ahead and continue single crochet all the way down. And again, we need to switch over to the white. So I'll be back for the end of, what is this row? Row number 4. So I'll be back for that so we can switch right back to the white. Alright, so here we are. Last stitch. So start, cut the red. Now we need to get the white. So go ahead and get your white. There we go. Hold on to that strand. Just pull in the white. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, so I could have just gone the single crochet all the way down, but I did want to make it a little different, so I did kind of that little texture, because that trim, it's the trim on Santa's coat, his little fur, his white fur on the coat. So what I did was, so we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch, so just slip stitch and chain 1, and into the next one, slip stitch, chain 1. So that's the entire row, just slip stitch and chain 1, and that gives us a nice little edge. It's textured, it looks like a little braid, so it just gives it a little something so fancy for his coat. So just continue that, slip stitch, oops, don't like that, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch and chain 1. So continue that all the way down, and I'll see you for the end of the last row. Alright, here we are at the end, so just go ahead and slip stitch and chain 1. You can cut and pull that tight. There we go. Okay, so now we can go back and go right here where we joined the black and the red. Go ahead and just make a little knot, not too tight. And then take your yarn needle and you can hide your little tails. So right down here, that's your beginning one, so you don't need to tie that off. But these two here, that was the first color change. So just make a little knot. And then this one, your red and white. So I'll do that off camera, but that's what you need to do to secure them. Just tie them together and then just go ahead and hide them with your yarn needle. Okay, so now we need our gold for the buckle. So go ahead and cut a little strand. Doesn't have to be too long. Okay, so now we need to have the front, and the front's going to be, you're going to have that red and white tail only on your right hand side, so that's the forward facing side. So go ahead and get your gold. We're going to thread our yarn needle, and I'm going to make a little double knot at the end, at the other end, so that when we pull it through, it won't pull through. Oops. They should be right on top of each other. There we go. All right, so now let's go ahead and counter stitch it so we can find the center. So that I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so count. I have 25, and if you made it for a kid, you should have 21. So for the 25, let's count 12. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So right in between there, that's our, between 12 and 13, that's our center. So I'm going to put my needle between 11 and 12. So don't pull that through, and then come down. So we're just going to shape a little square for his buckle, and then go over 2, 1, 2, and then here in the bottom. That one didn't look right. I wonder what happened. Let me pull that back out. Ugh. Excuse me, I have such an itch in my throat, allergies. So let's redo that one. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to go down there. There's no such thing as perfection when it comes to handmade things, so don't beat yourself over it. It will never be perfect. And then just finish off there. There you go. Little buckle's a little crooked today. No one's gonna care. And then just like to just make a little knot. And then you can cut this strand too. And you can hide it with your the rest of the tails. But there you go, that's what that looks like. And now, after hiding all the ends, then you can go ahead and sew your buttons. And there you have it. Little Santa's belt. With the funky buckle. I don't know what happened to it this time. That will bother me. I am one of those people. Alright guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And leave me a comment below if you have any questions or just anything that you'd like to see. And if I can make it, I will try to get a video out for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and check the description box for the links and any notes I need to make. And please stay safe. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.